Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lucy Dalglish. I'm the Dean of Philip Merrill College of Journalism, and graduates of the class of 2020, December 2021, honored guests, faculty, staff, and friends, welcome to the Merrill College Fall Commencement Ceremony. Please be advised we are recording and we will be posting this program on our YouTube channel immediately after the ceremony. And please also, would you keep your microphones on mute throughout the ceremony? And we invite you to keep your video on so that we can all see your faces and that you will all be able to, we think, sharing this experience together if you can see each other. And it's wonderful to see some of you are there with your families. Hello. We wish we were able to be here in person today, but we're so proud to be here to honor the students who have completed the requirements of the Doctor of Journalism Studies, the Master of Arts in Journalism, the Master of Journalism, the Graduate Certificate in Multimedia Journalism, and the Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the achievement of these Merrill College graduates. I always find commencement to be inspiring and uplifting. You know, Merrill College is pretty small compared to most of the rest of this campus. We like to think we're almost like a family. By the time our students leave, we feel like you parents who were empty nesters a few years ago. We're sad to see them go, but we're also very pleased to witness the excitement as they get on with the next stage of their lives as journalists or whatever it is they choose to do with themselves. The next order of business this morning is to follow our custom of inviting a leader in the field of journalism to speak. These speakers offer our graduates their wisdom, their advice, some insights. This semester, our keynote speaker is one of our newest faculty members, Tom Rosenstiel. Tom is the former executive director of the American Press Institute and joined the Merrill College faculty this fall as the Eleanor Merrill Visiting Professor on the Future of Journalism. He is one of the world's most recognized thought leaders about journalism, media, technology, and the intersection of media and politics. Tom is the author of 11 books, including 4 very popular novels, and founded 2 major media nonprofits, the Project for Excellence in Journalism and the Committee of Concerned Journalists. He lectures around the world and consults with media companies on the future of news and information. He is also a non-resident senior fellow in governance studies at the Brookings Institution. Please join me in welcoming Tom Rosenstiel.
Thanks, Lucy. After that introduction, I feel the pressure. And welcome to students and parents and everyone who is on this call on this happy day. I want to talk for a couple minutes about the choice of studying journalism in these times. About 20 years ago, a Stanford professor named Robert Proctor created a new field of scientific study. It's the study of how cultures produce ignorance, or the not knowing of something that is known. He called this new field agnotology, from the Greek words agnosis, or for not knowing, and logia for study. Proctor and a growing number of scholars he works with focus on how ignorance is created by different forces. Sometimes it's carefully arranged and manufactured, the way an industry like tobacco or oil might try to create doubt about whether their products are harmful, despite the clear science to the contrary. Sometimes doubt or uncertainty is created by political communications professionals, the way political ads might confuse people about whether a bill in Congress is going to raise drug prices or lower them. Sometimes ignorance or doubt is created by foreign countries, a nation's enemy, using social media or other technology platforms to spread rumors and dissent. Ignorance and doubt, you might be surprised to learn, can also be spread by political leaders, say about whether an election was honest. Agnotology scholars tell us that ignorance is also the product of human psychology. There are many biases that distort understanding. Recency bias, repetition bias, confirmation bias. Scientists have identified more than 25 major biases, and I think they're still counting. People doubt vaccines are safe because they don't trust the government. Or in earlier times, people couldn't believe the earth revolved around the sun because it challenged other beliefs that they had. And a big reason why the study of ignorance has been created now in these times, ironically, is because we have in the world more information now than we've ever had before. In 2010, the CEO of Google, Eric Schmidt, famously declared that the world was now creating every 2 days as much knowledge and information as had been created from the dawn of civilization until the year 2003. More information every 2 days than in all of human creation up to the millennium. He said 5 exabytes a day. Since then, of course, there are doubts about his math. And I have no idea what an exabyte is. That's also part of agnotology. The ability to know more, it turns out, encourages ignorance. Why? Because when information is in oversupply, knowledge is harder to create because we have to sift through more things to make sense of it. As an aside, by the way, I would say that not all of these exabytes are equal. The invention of fire, let's say, was bigger, more important than websites that tell me I won't believe what this child star looks like now. But what does any of this have to do with a journalism school commencement? What we do in this journalism school, what we teach, what you are going into the world trained to do, is to help people know what's true. We try to teach you how to think, how to verify, how to spot deception, evasion, manipulation, how to weigh evidence and discern what has actually happened, or to get as close as you can in the time that you have. And then to communicate that as clearly as you can in a way that people will be receptive to it. And then the next day, with new information coming in, to try and get closer still. Today, as you graduate, that job, that mission has never been more important. The future of the world depends on people having access to knowing what's true. It depends on someone watching the powerful who has no hidden agenda. It depends on having a profession whose only North Star is to get to the truth and tell it without fear or favor. Western civilization has had one idea that's more powerful than any other, that people can govern themselves. And journalism evolved out of that idea so that people would have the information they needed to participate in that. Yes, the economics of journalism are uncertain, but they are being figured out. You, the graduates of the school, will help do that figuring. But it is this struggle to tell the truth and to communicate it in a way that people will hear it that is journalism's unending struggle. It's been relatively easy in America up until now. We put it in your hands at a time when it is fragile. When I graduated from a different school in a different time, all we wanted to do was to imitate those who came before us. You have a higher purpose than my generation ever did. You will reinvent, own, improve. What is ahead of you will be hard, but it will be much more creative, much more inventive, and more important. Great generations have great purpose, and I envy yours. I can't wait to see what you do. And thanks for this opportunity. Lucy?
Thank you for those wise words, Tom. There is one faculty member who has worked with literally every undergraduate at Merrill College and most of our master's students as well. We are so sad that she is retiring at the end of this month. Senior lecturer Adrienne Flynn has served as a teacher, career services and internships director, a coach, a capital news service bureau director, master's committee chair, scholarship committee member, and enthusiastic booster of everything at Merrill College. We honored Adrienne at a retirement gathering earlier in December, but we cannot let commencement go by without recognizing her accomplishments today. Enjoy retirement, Adrienne. Do you want to just say hello so they can see your face?
Thanks, Lucy. I figured I have graduated about 3 dozen times in the 22 years I've been with the college, twice a year for 22 years, but I know I've missed a few. I always think of commencements as new beginnings, kind of a launch pad for the next cool thing. So that's no different from my last commencement as a Merrill College professor. I've loved serving with this elite, kind faculty and for a caring and competent dean. But most of all, I love teaching all of you that journalism is the most fun profession that you can pursue on the right side of the law. I'm ready for the next sunrise, and also, like all of you, I know I was lucky and proud to be here. So be fearless as you all head into that next cool thing, and thank you.
Thank you, Adrienne. Now, Dr. Ronald Yaros, the director of our doctoral program and faculty advisor for today's doctoral candidate, will assist in presenting today's doctoral degree. Ron?
Thank you. Andrew Otis has successfully completed all requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Journalism Studies, and it's my privilege to present Andrew Otis before Dean Dalglish and the college's faculty as eligible to be invested with a doctoral hood reflecting his earned degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dean Dalglish, in accordance with the recommendation of his examining committee, the journalism graduate faculty and the graduate council, I request that you recognize Mr. Otis for his accomplishments and welcome him to the honorable company of learned scholars.
I am pleased to accept the faculty's recommendation, and I'm honored to welcome Andrew Otis to the ranks of graduates of the Philip Merrill College of Journalism who have received the highest degree awarded by this university. Ron, could you tell us a little bit about Andrew's research?
Sure. Briefly, as Andrew's advisor, I'd like to first of all congratulate Andrew for his excellent research and his service to Merrill College. Andrew's dissertation sought to answer the pressing question of whether labeling opinionated content on news sites as opinion affected readers' credibility of news sources and trust in news media. And his research was motivated, of course, by the many search engines and social media sites that do not label opinionated content as such. His first of 2 experimental studies found that labeling opinionated content as opinion significantly increased the credibility of a news source, and opinion labels significantly changed credibility perceptions of news consumers, even among political partisans who were viewing oppositional content. So in conclusion, Andrew's dissertation deepened knowledge of credibility theory by examining how and why visual cues, such as opinion labels on news sites, can affect credibility of news sources. Lucy?
Thank you, Ron. Associate Dean Rafael Lorente will now present the master's degree graduates, followed by Chris Harvey presenting the Graduate Certificate of Professional Studies in Multimedia Journalism. Rafael?
Thanks, Lucy. In accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the college, please recognize these candidates who have successfully completed all requirements for the degree of Master of Arts and Master of Journalism. After your name is read, if you are in attendance, and if you'd like, please unmute your mic and say hello, say thanks, say go Terps. We'd love to be able to see you. Julia A. Arbutus. Natalie Hayes Drum.
Thank you.
Bye.
Brittany N. Gaddy.
Thank you.
Kelly E. Livingston.
Terps.
Nicholas D. Mcmillan.
Thank you. Go Terps.
Allison L. Mullenkamp. Glory A. Enway.
Thank you.
Gabriel T. Pietroracio.
Thank you.
And finally, Demas Suyardi.
Thank you.
Lucy.
In accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the college, please recognize this candidate who has successfully completed all requirements for the Graduate Certificate of Professional Studies in Multimedia Journalism, Noella Curtis. And Noella, if you would like, you may unmute your mic also and say hi so we can see you.
Hello, thank you.
Assistant Dean Josh Madden will now present the undergraduate degree candidates.
In accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the Philip Merrill College of Journalism, please recognize these candidates who have successfully completed all requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. After your name's read, if you're in attendance and if you'd like, please unmute your mic, say hello, thanks, go Terps. Teresa Cotton.
Hi, thank you.
Caitlin Capelli. Alexander Dacey.
Hello, thank you.
Sarah Dilworth.
Hi, thank you.
Mary Dimitrov.
Hello, thank you.
Kalina Jamfa Wantu.
Hello, thank you.
Taylor Dove. Lindsay Garbachik.
Thank you.
Amber Garrison.
Thank you. Go Terps.
Alexandra Gopin.
Thank you.
Emma Grizzato.
Thank you.
James Hartner.
Thank you.
Julia Joseph.
Thank you. Go Terps.
Ryan Camber. Ryan Lepore. Angela Mecca.
Thank you.
Andrew Nixon.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Jared Ochacher.
Thanks, Josh.
No problem. Morgan Privado. Bethany Probst. Rosa Pio.
Thank you.
Chloe Quill. Alexandra Radovic. JT Saha. Elizabeth Sinta.
Thank you.
Woo!
Eunice Sung. Jalen Watson.
Thank you.
Molly Welby.
Thank you.
Emily Williams.
Thank you.
Catherine Wilson. Back to you, Lucy.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean Madden. It was wonderful to see all of your faces. I hope you have a lovely, lovely holiday season. We all need to get a really good rest. I'm so proud of the way you conducted yourselves over the last couple of months in particular. So congratulations, graduates. It is a university tradition to give an outstanding graduate selected by our undergraduate students the opportunity to address the commencement assembly on behalf of fellow students. This year, you have selected Angela Mecca to represent you. Angela is a journalism major and history minor from Fairfax County, Virginia. During her time at the University of Maryland, she worked at the Diamondback, interned for the Howard Center for Investigative Journalism, and was involved in the Delta Gamma sorority. At the Diamondback, Angela worked as a staff writer and led the freelance desk before becoming editor-in-chief in April 2021. As an intern for the Howard Center in the summer of 2021, she reported on how the city of Annapolis has come to terms with its history of racial terror as part of the Printing Hate Project. Please join me in welcoming Angela Mecca.
Hi, good morning, everyone. And thank you so much to the faculty and students for selecting me to speak today. I know that this is not what we expected, but nevertheless, I'm so excited to see your faces, even virtually. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to celebrate us, the graduates of December 2021. So for those of you who don't know me personally, my name is Angela. And like most of you in the audience, I too can't quite believe that I'm here. One day, 3.5 years ago, I stepped foot into Knight Hall and walked into my Journalism 200 class. And now, in what feels like merely a few seconds later, I find myself preparing to receive a diploma. For some of us, this day could not have come soon enough, and for many, this day came far too quickly. But no matter how long or how short of a time you've been at the University of Maryland, you've earned this. And I offer you my most heartfelt congratulations on this exceptional accomplishment. When I was in my senior year of high school filling out college applications, I'm ashamed to say that Maryland was barely even on my radar. It wasn't until one day when my friend Melanie told me that she'd planned to tour the campus and that if I went with her, I could miss a full day of school, that my interest was piqued. Melanie's mother is a Maryland alumna herself, and she was more than ready to give Melanie, my mom, and me the grand tour of Stamp Student Union, McKeldin Mall, and Maryland Stadium. Within seconds of stepping foot on campus, I knew I'd found my home, and a stop at the Maryland Dairy to finish off the day only confirmed my choice. With a sweet tooth as strong as my intuition, I knew that Maryland was where I had to be. Months later, I told Melanie that I'd committed to the University of Maryland as a journalism major, and she responded, "I know." Melanie told me that she had filled out a binding early application to another university and that she was never truly looking at Maryland for herself, that she'd asked me to tour the school not for her, but because she had known all along it was for me. I suppose that this is my public declaration to my friend Melanie that I really do owe her one. The past few years have been incredible, but they haven't always been easy. Being a Merrill student, I'm sure we are all more than familiar with the stress that comes from reporting on stories with tight deadlines and the constant fear of seeing a Merrill F on an assignment. Add a pandemic to the mix, and it's truly no small feat that we have all come out on the other side. I have been challenged each year I've spent at Maryland. As a student and a staff member at the Diamondback, most recently serving as editor-in-chief, I can't exactly say that my workload was light or that my sleep schedule didn't suffer. But the lessons I learned along the way, the support I've felt, and the people I've met at this university have made it all worth it. Only at Merrill could I have fit everything I did into a few short years. From leading a student newspaper, to interning for an organization as incredible as the Howard Center, to being able to go into Washington, DC for networking and work opportunities, there really wasn't anything this place didn't have to offer. Now it's our turn to offer something back. It's our turn to step forward into the world and offer our knowledge and our passion, and to show that our time at Maryland hasn't been for nothing. You've all done a lot over the past few years. You've worked hard, and you should be beyond proud of yourselves. I'm going to wrap up with a quote, and I'm going to warn you that it might be cheesy, and yes, it's Taylor Swift. In Swift's re-release of her album Red, which is called Red Taylor's Version, she includes a track titled Nothing New. The song is a duet with artist Phoebe Bridgers, and in it there's a lyric that goes, "How can a person know everything at 18 but nothing at 22? At 18, I thought I had it all figured out. I knew I was going to the University of Maryland, I was going to study journalism, and I was going to have the best next few years of my life. Now, at almost 22, I still have a whole future ahead of me, and I can't say it isn't terrifying. But with the utmost respect to Ms. Swift, I have to challenge her. Thanks to my time here at Maryland, I might not know everything, but I can say that I do know something. I know that I have years of a fabulous education under my belt and a forever home and community here at this university. I know that the future might not be seamless, but that I and we are capable and ready for it. So here's to the next steps forward, here's to the memories we've made, and here's to knowing something at 22, or 21, or 24, 30, or 70, however old or young you may be. Congratulations, class of December 2021. It's been a pleasure, and I can't wait to see where you all go next.
Woo!
Thank you, Angela. While all students work hard to earn their degrees, there are a few who deserve special recognition because of their accomplishments. Associate Dean Rafael Lorente will now recognize our outstanding master's students for this commencement.
Thank you, Lucy. Every semester, choosing one person as the outstanding master's student proves to be a difficult task, but never more so than this year. The faculty nominations didn't help much. I got notes that said something like, "I vote for student A, but student B and student C would be top choices too." That doesn't help. In the end, we decided it was a tie. Congratulations go to Brittany Gaddy and Nick Mcmillan. Before I talk about Brittany and Nick, though, I want to congratulate this entire class. We are a small program, and there are only 9 master's graduates this semester, but they are mighty. Search their names and you will see their text, photos, videos, motion graphics, and more about elections, homelessness, COVID, the racist past of newspapers, and other important issues. Already, they have accepted jobs, fellowships, or internships at ABC News, NPR, and other top organizations. And they've done it all in the middle of a pandemic that forced much of the last academic year online and stressed every one of them and every one of us probably further than we thought we could be stressed. So congratulations to all of you. I can't wait to see what you'll do out there. Brittany came to us from Bowie State University. I remember meeting her outside, socially distanced and masked, and thinking to myself, this one is shy and quiet, but smart and focused. She's got a chance to be really good. I wasn't wrong. Professor Dana Priest taught Brittany in a class titled Finding, Cultivating, and Protecting Human Sources, a difficult skill set that good journalists work on all their lives. I'm paraphrasing from Professor Priest here, but she said all of this in better words. She said she started out fairly strong, but ran away from the most sensitive topics. Then, with encouragement and how-to in the class, she embraced the mission. She drew out the security guard at Union Station who cared for the homeless there. She was all over a semi-retired accountant she met at a conference, but in a very delicate way. I'm so proud of her. Brittany gets the most improved in a nanosecond, Professor Priest said. Nick Mcmillan. Nick came to us as a statistics major from Rice University. He had founded a video department while working for the student newspaper at Rice and had gained experience during a fellowship with Scripps Howard in DC. During his time with us, Nick's reporting, coding, design, data analysis, and other stuff that I don't understand and can't describe have been critical to several of the largest investigative projects the college has ever undertaken, including one on homelessness, one on the treatment or mistreatment of workers during COVID, and one on the racist history of newspapers that I mentioned earlier. Maybe most importantly, Nick has been an innovator and a team player who's brought colleagues together and showed the kind of leadership potential that our industry sorely needs. Congratulations to Brittany, to Nick, and to all of this class. Thank you. It's been an honor. Lucy?
Thank you. Could we get our Brittany and Nick to just shout out and say hello so we can see your faces?
Hi, thank you.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Congratulations to both of you. Adam Martin will now recognize our outstanding undergraduate student for this commencement.
Thanks, Lucy. I'm so excited to introduce Emma Grizzato as the outstanding undergraduate student this semester. I first met Emma her freshman year when she came to my office to say she wanted to pursue digital journalism at Merrill and was interested in design and coding and data. To say that this is unusual for a freshman would be an understatement. It shows a lot of ambition and clarity of thought, and she has a talent for this work that was immediately apparent. Throughout her time at Merrill, Emma has had a hand in a lot of great journalism. She's worked on almost every major investigation that the Howard Center has produced. For the past 2 summers, Emma worked with a small team of other data journalists to create visualizations and award-winning websites for the Nowhere to Go project about homelessness issues and printing hate about the racist history of newspapers. In spring 2021, when Emma worked on the Capitol News Service Data and Graphics Bureau, she designed and built the Maryland Vaccine Dashboard, a site that helped Marylanders get vaccinated and obtain other data about COVID vaccinations at a time when the state's own resources were sorely lacking in these areas. This was public service journalism at its finest. At the same time, she was analyzing data to see how effective public mandates were in containing the virus. During this time, Emma was also the online engagement editor at the Diamondback, and she's currently working at a very prestigious internship on NPR's training team. It's been so rewarding to see Emma do such amazing work these past 4 years. I've seen her quietly be a leader and a mentor on multiple different teams, and she is already a talented practitioner of a new type of journalism that seeks to tell important stories using technology, data, and design. I'm so very proud to present Emma Grizzato as Merrill's outstanding undergraduate student.
Emma, can you speak up?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much.
Congratulations. So Chris Harvey will now recognize the commencement's Kappa Tau Alpha awardee.
Kappa Tau Alpha was founded in 1910 at the University of Missouri. It's the nationally recognized honor society for university students and faculty pursuing scholarship in the field of journalism and mass communication. Established in 1961, the Maryland chapter has been recognizing academic excellence among its graduates for 60 years. Today, please join me in applauding Emily Ann Williams for her academic excellence. She earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.948. That's 3.948 out of a possible 4. Congratulations, Emily. If you'd like to say hi, we would love to see you.
Hi, thank you so much.
Congratulations. So as we come to the close, we all know that this is not the commencement ceremony we thought we'd be a part of as recently as a week ago. And I am so sorry we stopped just short of the in-person finish line for you amazing, amazing graduates. Think of the things you learned, though, just over the past 4 semesters of this ridiculous, stressful pandemic. You learned how to run a newscast from your bedroom, how to investigate the role of America's newspapers in inciting racial hate and violence, how the pandemic affected the homeless. More importantly to us, you exhibited resiliency, creativity, patience, endurance, and unbelievable grace. Thank you for your cooperation as we transitioned to in-person classes this semester. Thank you also for wearing your masks indoors on campus. Thank you for lining up for what seemed to be endless COVID testing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for getting vaccinated. Thank you for looking out for each other, your faculty, the Merrill College staff members, and your own families. And here's a big thank you to you and your families for trusting us with something very precious, your college education. You had many, many choices, and you chose Merrill College. You have no idea how proud we are of each and every one of you. Please remember you're all invited to march at our spring campus commencement ceremony in May. And because I think we'll be able to manage it, we may be outside in the stadium. You never know. But we're going to try very, very hard to do it in person. And I hope you can join us. Be on the lookout over the next few weeks. You'll be getting a care package from us with a copy of the program for today's commencement. And you'll also be getting a care package from the campus with some mementos. But those will not be coming probably until the first or second week in January. So congratulations, graduates. Thank you. Have a good day. And go Terps. And unmute yourself and give a yell if you want to.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congrats, guys.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
All right. Bye-bye. Have a